Hey, Bambi. Let's go, Bambi. So this is the elevation map, training map. You can barely hear me. I'm talking quite loudly, and watching Batman, I could see why Bane had such a funny voice. You couldn't even hear him if he were to talk regularly. Okay, ready? Good, boy.
The reason why I'm doing all this swimming stuff is I'm up for a role in a film where you gotta be topless or shirtless, and you have to be pretty muscly, and I'm not super defined as of yet. I've spent the last few months eating junk food and not working out too much, so I gotta start working out and start getting ready for that. The first casting is on the the first day is the 21st, and then after that, 21st of January, and then I think it's in February, March. Okay, getting off the elevator. Then we're gonna be watching. So I've gotta spend a little bit of time working out and getting my body back into shape. So, I used to be a competitive swimmer. I should talk about that more maybe tomorrow or in another video. But I was a competitive swimmer for right before grade 1 up until 2 years out of high school. And I swam with a team in Vancouver called the Canadian Dolphins. And then I switched over to their national training team, and that was the Pacific Dolphins at UBC Aquatic Center, where I love to go swimming, and I swim not too often, but I like swimming there a lot. Okay, Mr. Charger. Okay, let's get out of this place. Yeah, so I swam at UBC, swam at Vancouver Aquatic Center, and traveled all across, not all across, around British Columbia, Lower Mainland, over to the island, down into Washington for swim meets. Swimming was probably the best time of my life. I didn't have friends outside of swimming, and I didn't really hang out with too many people at swimming, outside of swimming. Yeah, swimming was the best time of my life, I would say. Okay, let's try and get across the street before we get, there we go. So yeah, so that's how I like to stay in shape. I like swimming, I like soccer, I like basketball a ton. I taught myself kind of how to play hockey. I'm not very good. What else? Snowboarding, skiing, really anything competitive and anything that gets my adrenaline going and my blood pressure up and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if that's the right terminology. Maybe it doesn't actually get your blood pressure up, but for me, that's what it seems like. That's how I'm gonna explain it. So anyways, I'm off to the pool, gonna go to UBC, and then I hope to swim about 1,000 meters. The pool has already opened. It opened about 5 minutes ago. I don't like being very late for things, if at all, and it really gets me grumpy when I'm late. I don't know why, that's just the case. Yeah, I'm gonna stop this, and maybe I'll talk about this later because I don't think you can see me and there's no light. So I'll talk about this when I get home after I'm done swimming and what the workout was that I did. Okay. Just got out of the shower. Oh my goodness, swimming was a little bit more difficult than I anticipated. I went in with the plan to do 1,000 meters. Usually that's not very difficult for me. A couple years ago I was swimming 3,000 meters at Kitts Outdoor Pool, which is 137.5 meters long. It's a humongous outdoor pool in Kitts, and I was doing 3,000 meters in about an hour and 10 minutes or less, usually about an hour. Today I did 1,000 meters and I was so tired. I guess it's just a testament to how out of shape I am. What was I talking about? I was talking about task completion and all that kind of stuff. And I read somewhere, I think, or I heard somewhere, this was a while ago, that, or maybe it was my dad telling me, that his goal for task completion is, or their goal, whoever I heard it from, for task completion was to, you have a list of things that you have to do throughout the day, and you want to get them done, and sometimes it can be overwhelming, and sometimes it could be, I don't know how to put it, it gets overwhelming and it gets stressful because you want to finish this, you want to finish that, you want to vacuum, you want to clean, you want to organize, you want to do all these things, and having that lump of things to do seems overwhelming. And to me, I get very stressed when it comes to thinking about things like that. And I totally had forgotten about this thing that I was that I learned. And it's to do 3 things throughout the day, 3 major things throughout the day, and to make sure that you complete those 3. If anything, you'll get at least 3 things done. And yeah, so I think I'm going to start doing that. So 3 things, and I got to make a list of a bunch of stuff and then pick 3 things to do every day. It doesn't matter how big or how small they are, it's just 3 things that need to be done. My eyes are super sore because I swam without goggles. I like swimming without goggles because when I have goggles, I find that I'm focusing on something else. I'm focusing on the tiles. I'm focusing on the person next to me. I'm focusing on and I lose concentration. Without the goggles, yeah, it kills, but all I do is think about breathing. Every 3 strokes, I'm breathing. Every 3 strokes, I'm breathing. Okay, got to finish this 1 lap. Okay, next lap. What am I going to do in the next set and all that kind of stuff? And for me, at least, I knock out one of the senses so I can concentrate better. If I did wear earplugs, then I think I would concentrate even more. Yeah. I already don't smell because I'm in the water, so that would be 3 senses in total. And then I can really concentrate on swimming. That's what I think. Maybe that's just I don't know, maybe that's just mental to think that way. But anyways, task completion. So before I leave, I'm going to go and hang out with Bambi and Sarah for a bit. Before I leave, I'm going to finish cleaning, or I'm going to organize this living room a little bit. I'm going to go into the kitchen, and I'm going to organize the kitchen a little bit. And then I'm going to go into the bathroom and just like make sure that I sweep the floor and do that kind of thing. Those are 3 little things. I know that's not a lot, but it helps with that whole task completion that I was talking about. Tonight, if it snows, fingers crossed it gets cold enough that it snows up in Grouse, I'm going to go snowboarding in the morning early. And then after that, I'm going to go to my agents, pick up some checks that they have for me. And then maybe I'll meet up with a friend. If I have enough money, maybe I'll buy some gold or silver, or I don't know. I have to buy some silver coins tomorrow, no matter what. And depending on how much money I have, maybe I'll buy a gold coin or a platinum coin. I'm not sure yet, but that's one thing that I do. I like spending money, and I find that I spend money more easily than I save money. But if I spend my money on gold, silver, or I've never bought platinum, but maybe I'll buy a platinum something, and then that will be like putting money in my savings account. It's not assured that those will appreciate in value. They may depreciate in value, but at least I'm not buying something that might break and will be a waste of money. That's how I look at it. That's how it's justified to myself, and that's why I do it. Okay, so anyways, sorry about not vlogging yesterday. I have 2 kind of weird length vlogs today, and then I'll make sure that I vlog tomorrow. Maybe I'll show you the coins that I buy or something, or maybe I'll show you a little bit of grouse. Anyways, love life, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.